The Calgary Flames come in at number 20 in this season's Core 4 under-24 team rankings. We've seen a few young offensive defensemen make quite the impression across the league over the last couple of seasons, Craig. What's Zane Parek's NHL upside?
I don't think there's any question that he can be a dynamic offensive player. 100-plus points in 2 consecutive seasons for the Saginaw Spirit and 30-plus goals. His ability to play the game and create that offense, eyes up. He can do it with his head because he sees things so quickly. Then he can execute with his feet and his hands. And when you have that type of ability, you are now going to be able to produce the points. It's nothing accidental when you think about what he's been able to do in junior hockey. Like Erik Karlsson, there's some growth ahead for Zane Parek. But like Erik Karlsson, a multiple-time Norris Trophy winner, he's got that ability to change the game in a flash, with a read, with a shot, with a great pass. Those types of abilities don't come along very often for a franchise. And when they drafted Zane Parek, with the option of other really good defensemen in that draft, they said, we need a player like this. And I don't think there's any question that Zane Parek has this unbelievable ability to create offense, and that's what the Calgary Flames are looking for from him in time.
In time is the key thing here, Craig. You've been in management in this NHL. You know where the Flames are at right now. They're going to lose a lot of games. What are the pros and cons of bringing in a youngster who's going to lose a lot of games, or wait and not put him in that losing situation? What are the pros and cons of that?
Yeah, I think there's too much focus on the losing part of it. You have to understand where you are as a franchise and what you're trying to do to build up your team. I think if they were non-competitive in losing, that would be a big problem. Listen, the players don't want to lose. I'm not suggesting that losing is a good thing. But when you're competitive and you're learning and you're growing and you can see growth not only from an individual vantage point, but also from a team standpoint, that's a positive. And for Zane Parek to be in the NHL, he's been a player that's won. He's been a player that understands what it takes to win. Now he's learning all that at a higher level. And I think the Calgary Flames fully understand that with a lot of their young players, not just Zane Parek, they want to create an environment where they can be competitive and where the players can continue to progress, because it's not just about now. Because if it's all about losing, then don't have the young guys here and just try to fill out your roster with some older players that might be able to keep your head above water, and you can find a way to just fall short of the playoffs. And I'm not saying that negatively. The Flames are not in that mindset with their young players or with their team.
All right, I want to ask you about the Flames' organizational philosophy overall. We've ranked them 20th in the Core 4 team rankings. They're near the bottom of the standings this season. How different do you think their prospect cupboard could look by next summer?
I don't think there's any question it'll continue to improve. I mean, they're going to have high picks. They have a lot of really good prospects in the organization. I think Zane Parek projects as a top pair, even a number 1 defenseman. I don't think there's any question about that. They have a number 1 goaltender in Dustin Wolf. And they got a lot of good young players. And again, the range, we have them at 20. They finished there. They could be 15. They could be 14 in their overall rankings. That's how close it is. But when you consider what they're trying to do, they're trying to be a team that's not just hanging around in the mushy middle, we call it. They want to be a team that can contend. They got a new arena coming in 2027. This isn't about, oh, we have a new arena coming, we better get some young guys. This build has started 2 years ago, and it's going to continue. And when you have some players that could be available for trade, you're going to get a good return on them. And I don't think there's any question that the Flames prospect pool and how we look at the Core 4 will definitely be improved as time goes on. And as soon as post-trade deadline, and certainly next summer and going forward.
Optimistic look ahead. Check TSN.ca and TSN's YouTube page all week for extensive coverage of this year's Core 4 under-24 project.